I remained completely silent when they handed me that official eviction notice across the table. I simply slid the original 1923 water rights deed forward and watched their faces change. 35 expensive McMansions suddenly transformed into valuable lakefront property overnight. The Willowbrook Estates HOA believed they could steal my grandfather's farm while I served overseas. These arrogant bureaucrats constructed their perfect suburban paradise directly on stolen family land, complete with tennis-outfitted Karens, aggressively patrolling neighborhoods in shiny golf carts. What they completely failed to realize was my specialized Army Corps engineering background. That modest earth dam on my property waited patiently 45 years for this moment. Someone foolish enough to construct luxury homes directly downstream from the structure. The sheer audacity of their actions was truly remarkable until the spillway gates opened. Their prestigious development experienced its first authentic taste of powerful natural flooding. All of this promised to become extremely satisfying in the end. Where exactly are you watching this dramatic story unfold from today? Drop your personal comment below, because you're witnessing ultimate HOA takedown, involving complex federal water law combined with unstoppable force of gravity. Let me properly introduce myself as Jake Morrison, the protagonist here. That's completely me, 34 years old, proud Army Corps engineer, third-generation owner of 47 acres prime Texas land outside Austin. My beloved grandfather, everyone affectionately called Pops, purchased this beautiful property back in 1955, when Austin remained sleepy, charming college town. Barbecue joints vastly outnumbered emerging tech companies by thousands to one. Pops embodied the kind of honorable man who deeply believed in carefully taking care of both precious land and surrounding people. In 1978, he personally constructed small, practical earth dam on our family property, nothing overly fancy, just solid engineering, designed primarily to collect valuable rainwater for thirsty cattle herds, and generously help downstream neighbors survive tough Texas dry spells. The Army Corps of Engineers directly assisted with professional design. Pops always wisely said, someday back 40 acres worth special, but for now remained beautiful rolling hills, running healthy cattle, where I joyfully learned essential hunting skills as young boy. Then came my demanding to full tours in Afghanistan, where I expertly specialized in critical water management infrastructure, building reliable wells, managing precious flow in active war zone. Teaches invaluable lessons about clean water scarcity and conflicts. While serving second deployment, Pops peacefully passed away suddenly. The valuable property transferred into trust, managed by Sister Sarah. Living comfortably in California, knowing little about Texas land law, she responsibly hired local company Lone Star Land Services to diligently handle ongoing taxes and basic property upkeep. Property taxes automatically paid, never missing single deadline. But here's crucial detail: Sarah never closely examined assessments. The big significant mistake that ultimately enabled entire scheme. Enter primary villain Margaret Maggie Thornwell, 52 years old, President Willowbrook Estates HOA, driving white BMW X7 proudly, wearing tennis outfits like professional business attire daily. Maggie perfected particular brand passive-aggressive southern sweetness. Around age 45, smiling while simultaneously stabbing backs, somehow making harmful actions sound like generous favors. Married influential city councilman Rick Thornwell, explaining connections. Reputation for aggressive neighborhood beautification initiatives. Fancy terminology forcing out anyone not fitting vision. Perfection, expensive perfume barely masking cigarette entitlement cloud. I finally returned home from deployment August 2023. Ready spend meaningful quality time on Pop's cherished land. Drove familiar gravel road past massive old oak tree, where I'd proudly carved youthful initials as child. Ready spend meaningful quality time on Pop's cherished land. Drove familiar gravel road past massive old oak tree, where I'd proudly carved youthful initials as child. Expecting peaceful rolling pastures, sparkling earth dam sunlight. Instead discovered active construction crews, massive concrete trucks, survey stakes, scattered aggressively across sacred back 40, like invasive suburban development forcefully claiming territory. Gravel crunch under heavy boots felt distinctly different, somehow angrier, reflecting my growing righteous fury. Tasted thick dust, mixed rising personal indignation. Marched directly toward confused construction site foreman. "Sorry buddy," he stated, without genuine remorse. "We possess all necessary valid permits, everything. This officially Willowbrook Estates controlled property now. I immediately called local police for assistance. Officer Martinez arrived, explaining uncomfortable adverse possession. HOA filed claim while I actively served overseas. When land appears unused, certain period improvements, sometimes possible, legally claim ownership under law. Old statute preventing valuable land sitting empty forever. Become favorite developer, HOA tool, expanding empires. That's exact moment Maggie dramatically appeared, arriving, personalized golf cart like suburban authoritative warlord. Voice dripping syrupy southern sweetness, immediately suspicious. Your family completely abandoned this valuable land, honey. We're simply putting property, good, productive community use. But here's incident, truly igniting my intense anger. Discovered construction crews, illegally diverted feeding creek. 2 pops, carefully engineered functional earth dam. Water level visibly dropping dramatically every single day. Along 45 years dedicated water management. Helping neighbors survive droughts, floods, everything between. Standing, watching precious water stolen. Maggie's words echoed. You should stayed closer, protecting home, soldier boy. That's precise moment realizing deeper personal war. I hastily hired first available local attorney. Big regrettable mistake, quoting $85,000 challenge zoning. While serving country, Maggie's husband Rick pushed emergency zoning modification through city council. Family agricultural land rapidly rezoned, residential development. Faster, conflict interest concerns properly addressed. But here's where specialized Army Corps training proved incredibly valuable beyond initial expectations. While expensive lawyers shuffled endless legal papers, billing excessive hours, I thoroughly researched records, like systematically hunting hidden dangerous IEDs, devil always hiding crucial important details. Found Pop's original 1978 comprehensive dam permits. They proved absolutely beautiful legally speaking. Pops didn't independently construct dam alone. Directly collaborated Army Corps engineers, flood control, watershed management, creating undeniable federal jurisdiction. Local HOAs cannot possibly override federal authority. Metallic adrenaline taste hit, realizing discovery significance. This transformed simple property dispute, federal case. But incredible discovery continued during courthouse research. Stumbled across buried 1923 senior water rights. Great-grandfather purchased rights entire Willow Creek. Rights predating city-county municipal systems. Older, every single McMansion built stolen land. They weren't merely stealing valuable property, actively stealing precious senior water rights. Meanwhile, Maggie aggressively played innocent victim. Organized emergency HOA meeting, dangerous dam. Complete local news crew, obviously tipped. Watched evening news, perfectly manicured lawn. Discussing children's safety, neighborhood security concerns. We're deeply concerned our precious children's safety. Dabbing eyes, tissue, dramatic emotional effect. That unstable dam appears, ready, catastrophic burst. Families living directly downstream face risks. Local news loves compelling dramatic stories. Often lacks thorough follow-up investigative research. If checked, discovered dam past recent inspection. Flying colors, maintaining excellent safety record. But Maggie continued escalating harassment campaign. Posted inflammatory warning, next door application. Digital platform, HOA, President's Flex Authority. Warning, aggressive disputes, unstable, dangerous individuals. Never directly mentioning name, but unnecessary. Small community, everyone immediately understood target. Smell diesel, exhaust, cedar pollen, heavy air. Stood front porch evenings watching crews. Worked double shifts racing complete houses. Before possible legal injunction halted progress. Every night counted newly poured foundations. Every night dam water level dropped inches. That's moment called old Army buddy Tony. Now works EPA Enforcement Division professionally. 20 minutes conversation, taught environmental law. More 3 hours expensive initial attorney. Jake Tony explained, diverting natural waterway. Without required federal permits, clean water. Violation, significant fines, substantial penalties. Your federally jurisdictional dam changes everything. Didn't finish sentence, implication completely clear. Started meticulously documenting every single violation. Installed trail cameras, property perimeter discreetly. Time-stamped photographs, water diversion points. Flow measurements, 3 locations along creek. Sister Sarah called California begging compromise. Take offered money peacefully, walk away. But conflict evolved beyond simple money. About gravel, crunch, construction boots, trespassing. Maggie's heels clicking courthouse marble hearings. Bitter courthouse coffee, endless research sessions, revealing deep systemic corruption involved. Most importantly about Pop's community dam, built helping neighbors survive difficult dry spells. 45 years, reliable source, downstream life. Maggie's crew transforming decorative luxury pond. Here's crucial Texas water rights reality. Older oil mineral rights extremely difficult. Steel properly require knowledgeable legal fight. Standing watching concrete truck rumble window. Realized victory wooden traditional courtroom battle. Expensive lawyers lengthy complex legal briefs. This resolved through precise strategic engineering. Maggie aggressively turned intense pressure heat. Organized neighborhood safety patrol volunteers. 3 board members matching polo shirts. Parked entrance like suburban security checkpoint. Photographed visitors, recorded license plates. Filed sheriff reports, suspicious concerning activity, harassment, campaign textbook, systematic intimidation, loud music complaints, running radio farm, unsightly structures, citations functional 1962 farmhouse, environmental hazards, septic past recent inspection, real devastating blow Rick used counsel, order wellness check, veteran services, apparently troubled veterans struggling readjustment issues. Social worker arrived apologetic, thoroughly professional. Checking clipboard boxes Maggie supervising cart. That's coordinated intense bureaucratic assault began. Building inspector fire marshal health department. Animal control arrived same day regulatory. Each discovered minor violations, expensive corrections. Building inspector Rick's drinking buddy declared. Porch needed $8,000 foundation reinforcement work. Recognized classic squeeze bureaucratic pressure play. Same tactic war zones pressure officials, overwhelm paperwork until surrender cooperate, but 2 parties can effectively play a game, while drowning paperwork, making strategic calls. Tony Riggs EPA, extremely interested learning, HOA never filed required wetlands assessment, before illegally redirecting natural Willow Creek. Any development redirecting waterways requires clearance, even private property federal environmental permits. Fines violations start $50,000 daily. Smell curing concrete summer heat reminder. Running critically out precious limited time, but dedicated research dramatically paying off. Discovered entire development, constructed 100-year. Floodplain, classified Army Corps engineers. Missourians initially refused coverage without mitigation. HOA solution permanently divert Willow Creek. Away homes flood my property instead. Here's important insurance fraud development. Often carries severe criminal not civil penalties. Developers lying flood risks obtain coverage. That's federal mail fraud, serious charges. Deeper investigation revealed Maggie's previous pattern. Houston HOA paid $2.3 million EPA fine. Identical creek diversion environmental scheme. Left town ahead advancing federal prosecutors. Set new operations Austin seeking victims. Meanwhile Maggie spreading mental health rumors. Violent tendencies hiring private investigator. Dig military service organize condemnation petition. City declare property dangerous public nuisance. We have precious children playing neighborhoods. Told local paper protecting community safety. While busy victims social media campaigns. Discovering financial house cards built fraud. HOA construction loans tied inflated values. Banks required guaranteed permanent water access. Approval if rights reverted rightful owner. Entire development instantly financially underwater. Bitter irony, stealing water increase value. Own greed ultimately drowning entire scheme. Maggie's visible panic gradually becoming obvious. Offered $400,000 cash, quick settlement. No questions 48-hour strict deadline. When refused flew California approached Sarah. Sob story brother's supposed mental issues. Backfired spectacularly Sarah knows brother well. Called laughing crazy tennis clothes woman. Offered help troubled veteran family member. Told contact again calling FBI directly. While Maggie creating powerful new enemies. I strategically building important strong alliances. Connected other affected HOA victims forums. Discovered systematic pattern land grabs. Maggie's HOA absorbed 6 properties similarly. Past 3 years pressure harassment bureaucracy. The Weather Service accurately predicted heavy September rains, providing perfect seasonal cover for emergency dam maintenance. As I stood quietly at those spillway controls during beautiful sunset reading Pop's heartfelt journal entry, about generously helping neighbors survive difficult droughts, the important decision completely crystallized in my mind. Time to finally open the long-closed gates and restore natural water flow patterns. While diligently digging through dusty courthouse records for the third exhausting time that busy week, I discovered a critically misfiled document that dramatically changed absolutely everything about the case. Buried deeply behind a stack of outdated 1979 tax assessments was original agricultural covenant from Pop's carefully engineered dam construction project with beautiful, simple, protective language. Dam operators shall consistently maintain natural seasonal flow patterns, preserving downstream rights in perpetuity, superseding any conflicting HOA agreements or modern city ordinances. This wasn't merely permission to actively manage seasonal flooding responsibly. It created strong legal obligation overriding local development claims completely. But Amanda Cross's thorough investigation uncovered significantly more damaging evidence. The HOA's insurance applications contained blatant outright lies about risks. Claimed zero seasonal flooding risk, permanent approved creek diversion, to improperly secure massive $47 million comprehensive coverage policies. Here's your essential third knowledge nugget about insurance fraud. In development, projects often carries severe criminal penalties, not simply civil ones involving substantial prison time. When deliberately lying to insurance companies about environmental risks, that's serious federal mail fraud with mandatory prison sentences. The deeper we persistently dug, the entire fraudulent scheme unraveled. Rick Thornwell's construction company wasn't merely hired contractor. He served as primary personal investor, profiting directly. Every house illegally built on stolen land enriched him. And here's devastating kicker, never recused himself from single city council vote benefiting project. Tony Riggs shared explosive EPA findings making blood boil. Creek diversion completely killed entire Guadalupe's population. Protected species thrived generations in pristine Willow Creek. Texas Parks Wildlife documented extensive fish kill, but report mysteriously disappeared in Rick's office before triggering proper federal environmental prosecution. They weren't simply stealing valuable land, water, systematically destroying delicate entire ecosystem balance, but real smoking gun emerged from Amanda's contacts. Construction loans secured fraudulent environmental assessments, claiming creek diversion, temporary construction measure only. Banks assured water returned natural flow completion. If rights properly reverted to rightful owner, development instantly violated multiple federal regulations. Banks could immediately demand full $12 million repayment. That's when discovered Pop's handwritten personal journals in dusty farmhouse attic, breaking my heart. 1980 entry: open spillway, helped Santos farm, and 3 others survived severe dry spell. That's simply what good neighbors responsibly do. The dam never designed family personal profit, built exclusively community service, helping downstream survive droughts, managing floods, protecting watershed. Reading journals realized Maggie truly stole not just land, precious water, but community. Cooperation. Grandfather patiently built, neighbor time. My detailed engineering analysis conclusively confirmed suspicions. Maggie's illegal creek diversion, creating upstream hazard. During heavy rains, redirected water back residential.